Today I'm going to show you how to make this card front. So we're using the Lovely You bundle from the new catalogue. So this is the stamp set, and this is the Lovely Labels punch that does 3 different sizes and 2 different designs of labels to put your sentiments on, which is really useful. So we'll be using that in a moment. So let's get started. First thing you need to do is to mask off your cardstock. So we're using Whisper White cardstock, and basically you just take your ink pad, and if I just keep that straight, make sure that that's I'm going to turn that over actually and put that there, and then take my ink pad and then just apply your ink pad quite firmly. Get an even coverage of ink. So that's then your base of your card, and then I'm going to start stamping. So I'm going to turn it round. Silicone mat is really useful for this because you can just clean it off easily with a chamois, and in fact I'll just put it to one side because I don't need it anymore. So I'm going to put the card here. I've got a scrap piece of paper for stamping off, which is one of our stamping techniques. So I'm just going to move the ink pad up here, and I'm taking, this is a very nice little leaf stamp from the set, and I'm going to leave a little gap here and just stamp, stamp off, stamp, stamp off, stamp, stamp off, stamp, stamp off, and perhaps just a stamp off there as well. Okay, so that's that one done. So that's in mint macaron, and then I'm going to take Flirty Flamingo and this little flower stamp here and just do some random flowers. So one there, and then stamp off. Again, it's good to get the 2 shades in the design, and each card that you do of this is going to be different, and it's quite nice to sort of place them at different levels as well. So that's that one. Put that away, and now I'm going to take back the Balmy Blue and this little flower stamp here and just ink it up in the Balmy Blue. One there, one there, one there, one there, and one there, and then probably just one more there, and that's enough, and perhaps just a couple in here like that. Okay, now I'm going to take my Lovely Labels punch, and I'm going to put, this does 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch and 1 inch. So I've got a strip cut here to 3/4 inch, and I always like to use these punches upside down just to make sure I haven't put it in at an angle, which is a very easy thing to do. So basically I just hold it like that and punch, and that's one end done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stamp the sentiment, which says heartfelt. So I'm just going to take that like that, just put my head in so I can see that it's straight. And then I'm going to cut, I just eyeball basically where I want it to come to, about there, and then I add 1/8 of an inch like that. Put it in and wait for it to come out this end. Let's just get, there we go. Wait for it to come out that end and just punch like that. Now I would like that a little bit closer in, so I just put it in again and punch again. Just make sure it's straight. There we go, and that's exactly where I want it. So now I'm going to put dimensionals on the back. One there and one there. And put that on like that. And then I'm going to take, so this is our linen thread. Sometimes it comes on a piece of cardstock like this, sometimes it comes rolled up around whatever you call it, tube, a very small tube I should have said. So this is the way I tend to apply my linen thread. I basically just take it off the reel straight. Put the reel over there. Try not to get the reel in the ink pads because I don't like wasting thread, so I'm just going to try and make sure I don't waste thread. So get that down just below the sentiment, just there, and I want it to one side. And I might waste a little bit of thread on this one, but we'll see how it goes. Do that like that, around from the back. It's always more tricky tying a bow on screen. How many people would agree with me? Those that do YouTube videos. So I'm going to put my little finger there and put that round like that. If I hold my breath, perhaps I'll just get this done. There we go. And then you just play with the bow that you've just made and get it in the place where you want it. So I actually don't want it to cover up the sentiment too much, so I'm just going to pull it down a little bit. And what I'm going to do is take a glue dot, so this is one of our mini glue dots, and just take my Take Your Pick tool, like that, and put it underneath, and then get this where I want it, and try and hide that glue dot as well at the same time. Let's put that down there and that one down there. Take my paper snips just to cut off the end like that. And that's my card front finished. So now this is the mint macaron card base. So that's going to be stuck on top like that with dimensionals, and that will be the finished card, apart from using some of our lovely pearls. So I'm just going to take some little pearls with my Take Your Pick tool. In fact, that's my finger I use there, but you can just get your Take Your Pick tool underneath. One there. There is actually another end to this tool. If you just turn it round, you've got a sort of spatula end, which is quite useful. And that's quite good for getting underneath. Whoops, there's one already there, so I don't need that one. Whoops. So I'll just put this one where I want it, which is over here. And then once you've got it exactly where you want it, you just stick down like that. And there's just 3. We always do things in 1s, 3s, 5s, odd numbers look better. And that's the finished card. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Have a good day. Bye.